Today, we are unpacking Trump's sweeping 35% tariffs on Canadian goods, set to hit us August 1st. I'm going to break down why he's doing this, how it could wipe out thousands of Canadian jobs, what Carney's government is doing to stop it, and what you can actually do right now to prepare your finances. And stick around because later I'm going to share a story about a small town manufacturer in Ontario who's already laying off staff today before the tariffs even start. This is not just politics. This is your grocery bill, your mortgage, your kid's future. Let's get this straight. On July 10th, Trump announced he plans to slap a 35% tariff on almost every Canadian export, from lumber to aluminum to cars. This is not an empty threat. He is promising it will go into effect August 1st if Canada does not agree to sweeping concessions. Experts say this could be more devastating than the 2018 tariffs. Back then, we lost billions, but this time the stakes are even higher because Canada's economy is already slowing. What a tariff really is. Let's be clear about what a tariff is. A tariff is basically a tax. Imagine you sell $1,000 worth of Canadian lumber to the US. With this tariff, that same shipment will now cost your American buyer $1,350. Here is the problem. US buyers might say no thanks and buy from somewhere else. That means Canadian companies lose contracts. They lay off workers, they cut shifts, and the pain does not stop there. Because when Canadian exporters lose sales, our dollar drops. Everything we import gets more expensive, and your purchasing power shrinks. Data and historical precedent. I dug up some actual data to show you this is not fear-mongering. 2018-19 tariffs, Canada lost nearly $14 billion in exports due to U.S. tariffs on metal and softwood lumber. GDP impact, according to the Yale Budget Lab, these new tariffs could shrink Canada's GDP by 2.1% over time. For comparison, that's worse than some mild recessions. Household income. The same report predicts Canadian households could lose up to $2,500 in annual disposable income. Imagine tacking on a few more dollars to every item because your dollar is weaker. This is not just numbers. This is your life, the political game. Why is Trump doing this? Let's be real. Politics. He blames Canada for a so-called trade imbalance, even though the data shows it goes both ways. Fentanyl smuggling. Though experts say most fentanyl comes through other channels. Unfair dairy practices, a favorite old complaint. This is about firing up his base and looking tough. But to do that, he is threatening Canadian families. Carney's government has called these tariffs unjustified and damaging to both countries. But so far, they have not committed to a clear counter-tariff because retaliating could spark a full-blown trade war. What will happen if August 1st hits without a deal? Scenario 1. Canada does not make concessions. Tariff hit August 1st. Exporters immediately scramble to reprice or cancel contract. The Canadian dollar slides further. Layoffs start in manufacturing, forestry, mining. Scenario 2. Canada tries to retaliate. We raise our own tariffs on US goods. Prices go up for Canadians on things we import, like fresh fruit, electronics, vehicles. US companies retaliate again. The cycle escalates. Scenario 3. Canada concedes. Ottawa gives up some protections, maybe on dairy or softwood. Tariffs get paused, but Canadian industries feel undercut and furious, and the political fallout gets ugly. Let me share one story that's been haunting me. I spoke with Greg, who runs a small automotive parts factory in Windsor, Ontario. He told me, Ahmer, I've already had 2 US buyers email me this week. They said if tariffs hit, they are canceling their orders. They don't want to pay the premium. Greg employs 43 people. He said he's already had to cut shifts and August 1st has not even arrived. This is the hidden reality of tariffs. They don't just hurt big corporations, they hollow out small towns. If you think this won't touch you, think again. What you can do personally. Look, I don't want to just scare you. Let's talk solutions. If you run a business, start diversifying your buyers now. Look for European or Asian markets. If you work in exporting industries, talk to your HR department about contingency plans. Don't get blindsided. If you are a consumer, expect prices to rise. Start budgeting now. If you are thinking of a big purchase, car, appliances, consider doing it before the tariff kicks in, or maybe even wait for things to settle down. If you care about policy, call your MP. Tell them you expect a clear plan to defend Canadian jobs. This is one of those moments in Canadian history where we have a choice. We can ignore what's coming and hope it goes away, or we can prepare ourselves financially, emotionally, politically, and demand better. Tariffs don't just happen in a vacuum. They are the result of decisions made by people we elect and by people our neighbors elect, and they have consequences. I know this sounds bleak, but I believe in Canadians. We have been through recessions, trade disputes, pandemics, and we have come out stronger every single time. So here's my challenge to you. Share this video with one person who thinks tariffs are just political noise. Talk to your family about what you would do if your income dropped. Stay informed. I will keep tracking this story right here. And most importantly, remember, you deserve a government that will stand up for you. You deserve a future that does not depend on the whim of a foreign politician. I'm Ahmer. Thanks for spending this time with me. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Subscribing to my channel is not going to cost you anything, but it's going to help me big time. Thank you. Stay safe, stay informed. I'll see you in my next video.